Hello everybody, my name is David, also known as Revender, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we met our good old elephant friend. I believe they're Akurasoba? Something like that. Anyway, Matsaya. And he's been filling us in about the lore about this place as well as the primals and everything that takes place here as well. This time, we are going to go on ahead and continue our story quest to see if we can actually go on ahead and start investigating this tower even further. The great work. Did you say you were going to see Nighana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant, beautiful, kind, and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? I can stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes, when you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Alright, so we have our next objective. And pretty much we are going to be heading over to this upper area where the Great Work is. Oh, I can't believe the place is actually named the Great Work. Alright, so naturally I think that our best plan of action, because I don't really have like a big... No, actually no, wait, what am I saying? I do have a big update. So as of today is the, I have to look at this monitor for it, the 13th, and tomorrow is the date of my commencement ceremony, which is the 14th. I am officially going to be graduating from college, and so I'm genuinely like ready to fully commit to making videos, making content for everybody, you know, view and watch. And don't get me wrong, I know that I've been trying to balance it like all this time for practically, I'd argue all my life, because while some of these videos don't exist anymore, I've tried making videos in middle school, and I used to be like this huge like MapleStory gamer for a little bit, and I say huge, but I mean I was actually getting like 2K views like a video, and you know, back in the day that was absolutely incredible. And if I like committed to it harder, I probably would have done things probably would have been a little bit different as far as like, you know, approaching this as a career. But you know, secondly, I tried approaching this again in high school, where I did do a couple of things, and you know, it all worked out. And then, you know, lastly, I've been doing this now in college. Now that I'm graduating it from college, I can actually fully commit to, you know, trying to make this, you know, my dream as an adult. Now, I think it's really awkward that I'm just on a flying pig while I'm just kind of looking around and just seeing all these different bodies. So let's just do the Aetheryte first. I think this cutscene is about to be voiced.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
I don't know if I believe that entirely.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
So what's in the basket, I wonder?
People of the Great Work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales?
I hate that.
We have new scales?
I hate this. Everyone was just... I hate this.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Is that supposed to be like their food?
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
No, this is for
Many
research.
thanks.
Of course
One
it's for
for me.
research. Why wouldn't it be for research?
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit.
Right.
Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Wait.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
So that's how we're gonna have everybody be able to, negate that.
Of course. You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we'd been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
This entire...
The winds have shifted.
I don't even know what to
feel
say.
it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so.
Well, that means, you have a whole...
But worry not.
Scales of that level thing.
They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Okay. Because I was say that would have implied that they have been killing dragons. But I guess if they have that lawful pact, then we don't have anything to worry about.
That is well.
Still still looking like he's sus.
You must
like
be
sussy.
quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Oh.
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Oh.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Estinian, no!
I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
This cutscene was a lot.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
I don't blame them, but...
No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
This was too much.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Okay. So I think we're actually in a pretty interesting spot right now. Okay. So, kind of wish I saw this cutscene before the end of the last episode, but, I digress. Or, I mean, this digresses. I don't mind. Alright. So let's go on ahead and meet Nidana back in her place where we can actually talk about, the different results of everything. But yeah, I'm hoping that at the end of the day, I hope this grind is strong and I hope this grind is worth it. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kyle herself is tied up with another investigation, Vinder is eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify the etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and we are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the Strap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that would allow our soldiers to venture to the tower even though they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Our methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales prove the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mighty dragon degrades the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we'll be able to conduct a field test, and here's where you and your Blessing of Light come in. What is it? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Perhaps so. You know, and my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we ask that you only serve as an escort. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you'll be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I will first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. I'll say, I'm pretty sure we'll be pretty good. In that case, Urianje and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We'd be grateful for any assistance you can provide. Alright, so we are going to be heading over to the tower just to make sure that we still are ourselves resistant. If you're ready, then let us put your blood blessing to the fruit. Head to the south of the Great North, there's a hill, and then after we get to the top, we'll begin preparations. Why could I not, like, say any of that? That alone drives me nuts. Okay, so we do have our next little objective, which is going to be heading to the south. But first, I've been doing roulettes like daily, hence the reason why I'm level 86. Oh, well, almost level 87. But remember, I was about to say the beginning of the enchantment expansion is really nice because of the fact that, well, for example, if I need to travel from point A to point B, but I just need to, you know, get up and like run a quick errand or what have you, then I probably will have the best of luck, you know. Just grabbing one of those and then, you know, peacing out for a second. Hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless nights. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. Shall be observing from a safe distance. I don't know if this is a safe distance, Nidhana. You're like literally right next to it. I thought you were gonna like walk away and like, you know, reappear like most of the NPCs do. Whatever. All right. Follow the drunken Deepa's lead and try not to fall behind. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's actually just going. But I guess we're gonna be subjected to the aether sickness if we're not careful. But this is such a weird quest, but I actually am happy with a lot of these like little like escorting missions. Ah, you've returned and not on your knees. A promising sign, but come. Let me take the Deepa off your hands. I hate that it's called a Deepa. Thank you. I should replenish its ether from when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You feeling perfectly fine? A-okay. Strengthen the strength of your blessings with beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request for your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talismans require the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spiritweed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we, Arcasadora, travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I will compensate you for your troubles, of course. Well, I mean, you guys are making the talismans, and this is how we're gonna be able to fight, you know? I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to the Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. All right, so we have our, nice little next objective. So I'll go ahead and meet you guys there. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Oh, look out behind you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this fight in just because I don't do a lot of fighting very often in these recordings, so why not? And we don't get to hear the, awesome music that actually plays when you're doing battles, so, Can't wait to use, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone there. But Heart of Conundrum in actual content soon. God, but that gave me a fright. Think to the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're alright, I hope? Good, let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. I'm so jealous that, these guys tend to have their instant teleporting capabilities because I would love to, just instantly teleport from, one objective to the next. It would be so convenient. Like, come on now. Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. Okay, he didn't look at me. Alright, what's next? And here we are. Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who followed in her, well, they'd come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that the spirit weed grows here in abundance. I'll set about harvesting at once. You'd be so good as a Senguard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better to be safe than sorry. Don't mind my mount roulette. I like showing off, like all the mounts that I got. Look at Nidhana go. Too bad the game doesn't let me harvest them in addition to Nidhana. But it'd be how it do. It is what it is. Let's say,
yes, that
really
would
pretty.
be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap? I was gonna ask both of them are really good questions to ask.
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
Of course.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And
everyone
ever
worked together.
since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Everyone's working tirelessly.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
So what's going on over here? I was like, what's the problem? Wait a minute. That's the problem.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail? Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat?
You could have just killed them all right here. Just bring a Lunar Bahamut.
At their disposal. Complications be damned. For we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Yeah, we are all our own worst enemies. Because we are the only people who know how our brain works, really. And even then, we don't know for certain. Okay. Let's bring Nitana back. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thanks for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work. Okay, we don't have to actually... Okay, I could just TP there. Thank goodness. Fender, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of our gratitude. Hey, now I'm level 87. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mr. Nitana. It would seem that the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when I last looked, there were still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinians shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then it's far be it from me to complain, but we'll have to replenish our stores. I shall be happy to tend to this if you'd like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't be in good conscience to send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Vinder, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has many applications, many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry is where it's found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds. It isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Of course! Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuha. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nahana? By all means. Do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamza at once. Meet me at the gates when you're ready. I have no idea what those are, but you know, we out here vibing. So we need to meet him over yonder. And I can't wait to do like a lot of these different like, you know, blue and side quests. Maybe in the it's gonna be weird because I don't know entirely how I want to do like, you know, the time after Endwalker. You know, we're just focusing on the main story for right now, but what if I want to, you know, explore the side quests and all that, you know? Here are Hamza Vinster. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they're close to your Eorzean dodos. Hamza have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these were recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. You have no objections? First, let us make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. You're ready? Then let's depart. You only need to ride and relax. My bird and I will take the leads for yours to follow. Let's be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned, they have a wobbling gait. Yeah, I can see that. This is a lot. This is, I don't know what to say. That spectacular formation stretching out over the water is, the magic sword legend holds was wielded by the Mansuya against the Mirga before it cast down at conflict's end. Why did that one go fast and that one go slow? I hate it here. But I like the little break. To the left, requiring no instruction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small aisle. I'm glad that that the influence doesn't spread out that far yet. But the tower does look spooky. Almost there. The main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. That might be in tempering influence range, I feel. But obviously I wouldn't know for certain, you know? Because we would have to cross the aisle by boat and hope everybody would have their talismans ready if we were to eradicate like this specific tower. But who knows? Nonetheless, we made it. Dodos are so adorable. I don't care what anybody says. And here we are, manned by the Radiant hosts. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Let's say that tower is looming over us, ominously. Well, who should it be but young Varshan? On errand for this drop? I am. His Excellency bade me to come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed the relative peace and calm for these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I'm certain he's well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. We will be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will. Not being. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the looks of him. Permit me to introduce Vinder Hamel of Eorzen Contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorza, you say? Tars appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what's the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something about you, I believe. Great, an excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We'd be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Oh, no. That would have been a big oofy, whoopy, spoopy, kooky, poopy. Alright, let's talk to Nabdeen. It occurs to me that I have yet properly to introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions, they came in force and we had to pay a heavy price. Well, the towers of Eorza, do they likewise spawn monsters? Yes. So it's much the same elsewhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Ah, I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorza. Is there anything you can do to tell us about the Telophori? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they've declared war on the whole world, but why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. And if I remember, it's just pure chaos. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet me that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzan and Far Eastern brothers. I didn't actually look at the Far East to see if, there was towers there. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folks have been calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narnair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hope still lies with the talismans. We must keep our monsters contained until they're ready. Alright, Varshan. Let's see. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? Hope it wasn't as lightning for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Ratzat-Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamza, you'll arrive before you know it. Brief though as it was, I enjoyed our time together. Let's meet again later. Alright. So let's mount the Hamza and actually, head over to wherever it is that I need to go. I think it's that red dot all the way over yonder. But this poor thing's like, why do I gotta do this? Hold on, let me zoom in on this map here. Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, now we're in the Hamza hatchery. This place is, adorable, as always. And so we're just kind of vibing along. As I was saying though, it's a little while ago, I was talking about the fact that I'm going to be graduating officially be graduating from college tomorrow, and I finally got to try on my cap and gown today. I don't know why I waited so long, because obviously there's, the whole fitting issue, but I think I just wanted to make sure that I was confidently done with school beforehand, because, sometimes it's just, you don't want to just go up and walk only to find out that you didn't pass the one class that you needed to pass. But nonetheless, we made it to our destination, and I think that this would probably be a good place to end things off. So guys, next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, we're going to be continuing our journey through and reaching Ratzat-Han to make sure that we can make these talismans, because this is going to be a very valuable asset to the war ahead. Anyways, that's all from me, and I will see you guys all in the next one.